Hello everyone, welcome to today. I've got a gutter day. I've got the van all packed out with the Skyvac 85. I've got a generator, all other associated kit that I put in there for a gutter clear. And we've also got 2 fascia soffits and gutters today. So hopefully see how the day goes, but I'll just show you using the micro brush from Gardner. Absolutely brilliant, I found, for fascias, soffits and gutters. Nice and light. And we've got some testing places for that as well. So follow along, see how we get on.
It's always good when you get to use the customer's electricity. Saved us using a generator on this one. You can see we've got the industrial 85 using a 25 meter extension cable. Got an RCD switch, which I've got the gutter vac plugged into. 5 meters of hose. Skyvac camera system on the Skyvac Carbon Elite poles. They're really good poles. Mine go up to 60 foot. We decided to film everything at the front because the back was in too much shade, so the footage would look a lot better. But you can see around the back here, there's loads of trees, and with the shade as well, there's a lot more moss on the roof that side. So the gutters the other side had more in them than they did this side at the front. I've cleaned this property, it was about 2 years ago, and I've told them I think once every 2 years is enough. When I showed them everything and got out, I said, considering the amount of meterage of gutters on there, it's not too bad. And they've had a lot of trees cut down as well, so this obviously shows the effect it's had there. You can see we haven't got the camera system on the poles at the moment because it actually ran out. It wasn't fully charged before we come out. So it's in the van using a power bank to charge him up. What we have noticed with the newer Skyvac camera system compared to the older one I had, they do charge up a lot faster. So it's really handy to have a power bank in your van and not just rely on the fact that you can charge it whilst you're driving in your van. Matthew's having a bit of a walk around here, so we'll just show you the size of the property. And you can see there's a lot of plants here at the front, which I'll be inside in a minute. We needed to clean up the filter. We started to lose a bit of power because everything was so dry. So I decided, yeah, it's got to be the filter, and it was. So we just banged it about inside the drum and then used a brush to give it a bit of a clean up, and then it was all good at the end. So here I am, managed to find a bit where I could get the gutter vac so we didn't have to move it about, and then the 5 meter hose was enough to get me in this bit here to the right of the door and also across to the left hand side of the doorway. And you probably noticed we've got the camera all back powered up, all good to go. It was a bit hot, so you can't win, can you, with the weather? And luckily I had just about enough poles on there to reach all these and some of the more awkward spots, but only just. I didn't really, whilst I was in all these trees and bushes, have to fight to get an extra section on my pole, which you'll see in a minute. Which is the reason why I put the monitor on this wall here and used it there rather than the pole, because I had to stretch my arms up a bit just to reach the final bit here on a dormer, and I wouldn't have been able to use the monitor to check, so that's why I put it there. And you can see the monitor is quite good actually. It's in colour and it's easy to see everything that's coming out of the camera. It's nice and clear, and that's everything we got out of the gutters considering the size of the place.
Right, that's me and Matthew back home. We've come home for lunch. It's 5 to 12. That last job, by the time we drove there and then from when we set up to when we actually packed away, took 2.5 hours, so that's good going. It's a very big building. And I was just saying to the customer, I think they can get away with once every 2 years for the gutter clear. It was 2 years ago that I did the last one, so they've had a lot on and it didn't get done last year. But they've had a lot of trees cut down around it, so it's had a good effect on the roof. So yeah, I reckon once every 2 years, absolutely fine. One big bucket you probably saw was filled up. However, when you think of the actual size of the property, that's really good, or I thought so anyway. And yeah, because it's such a hot, dry weather lately, as you've seen, I've had to get the filter out and clean that up because I noticed the suction of the gutter vac was going down, and also by the sound of it. But once that was done, it was a lot better. So something to think about there. Anyway, onwards and upwards after lunch for the rest of the day. Fascia soffits and gutters and arm busters aching, here we come.
On this job, we're going to be cleaning the fascia soffits and gutters, as you can see, and we're going to do window cleaning. I'm using a gardener's backpack to spray on Synergy. I'm taking off my X-Line brush and I'm putting on a gardener's micro brush. Mills Cleaning mentioned this to Matt from Your Cleaner Windows. I saw it in one of his videos. How I never noticed them before, I never know. So I thought I'm going to get one of these, and I absolutely love them. Brilliant for the fascia soffits and gutters, as you can see. I am using it on a swivel gooseneck though. That's just the way I roll. Saves me having to keep putting the pole up and down to change angles of the gooseneck, but you've kind of got to learn how to fight with it. But you'll see it's a great little brush, brilliant at getting in the gaps between the fascias and the gutters. Where I normally have to use something like a muck off brush, this is working really well, and it's brilliant at getting into the clips as well. So I think it's an absolutely brilliant brush for using on fascia soffits and gutters, and you'll see later on when you're like doing the higher up stuff as well, it's really good on the gable ends as well, because it's really lightweight. It does save a lot of hassle on your shoulders, especially when you're knocking out quite a few of these in a day and you don't pay for it the following day neither. It's got 50-degree fan jets is the option I went set up for, and it works well. Look at that, see, just squirting up right up behind there in the gaps and just giving it a good rinse out, and you can see the colour of the water coming through. It's really getting up there, so it does a great job. Absolutely recommend these. Great for conservatory roofs as well, on the fenials, the crestings. Really handy for those little tight spaces and all them little porchways as well, with the intricate bits on there. Absolutely great thing.
That's it, it's me and Matthew done. Finished at 4:30, home by 4:45. So that's all in all good. Managed to fit an ice cream in as well. It's been definitely warm and windy as well, believe it or not. So when we've been doing the fascia soffits and the gutters, you've got to be careful when you're using like Synergy or TFR in the heat so that it doesn't dry on there. But with the wind as well, it's even drying super quick. So just doing it in small little gaps, spraying a bit of chemical on, straight on with the water, brushing it in, and it does help. It's less scrubbing. It's made a difference, even with the hard to reach bits to get, where it's like upside down fishing, made life easier. So 2 gutter clears we've done, 1 fascia soffits and gutters, and 1 of the gutter clears was with the fascia soffits and gutters and windows as well. So yeah, all done. Anyway, hopefully it's been good. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you on the next video.